Dan Dickow, Scorebook Live, Washington, here catching up with Metro head coach from Ingram, Malcolm Mack. Metro League is quite possibly the best league in the state and maybe one of the best leagues in the West Coast as well as the country. So, Coach, you're used to preparing for difficult seasons. How was this offseason any different than other off seasons for you in preparation?
Well, this offseason, we had several transfers. And sometimes it can be hard bringing in new guys and getting everyone to mesh together. So that was probably the hardest job is, making sure everybody understands and know their roles.
You mentioned transfers. Maui Say, point guard, was at Roosevelt in the Seattle School District a season ago. He's now playing for you guys. What does he bring to the table to allow some of your returning pieces to be better suited to make impacts?
That's a great question. Maui brings a lot of on-the-floor, general passing. He brings everything that a true point guard brings to the table. He played with us this summer at Gonzaga team camp, which we won the camp. And I'm normally a coach that's standing up, talking a lot, directing a lot, and I didn't have to do that as much. So he kind of took that role and has done well.
You mentioned a lot of times a point guard comes in, alleviates some of the pressure from you, whether it's leadership, whether it's play calling. But you've got a core group of returning starters that are pretty darn good in Mitchell Saxon, Latrell Jones, and Caz Collins. Mitchell Saxon committed, will be signing with St. Mary's, might be the most unheralded in I don't mean that in any slight, but most unknown big-time prospect out of the state in quite some time. How do you describe his game?
He reminds me a lot of Tim Duncan. He very fundamental, very smart, passes the ball well out of the post, shoots the three well. I sometimes allow him to play the one. He's very versatile. He can handle the ball. He can shoot it. So I allow him to play 1 through 5 at 6'10".
He's going to be playing for a coach at St. Mary's and Randy Bennett that has had a lot of good big men, in particular Jock Landale a couple years ago. He's a coach who really values fundamentals. Sounds like he's going to be a perfect fit down there.
Absolutely. I talked to Coach Bennett several times, and Mitchell is a perfect fit for them. At least Coach thought so. And I'm looking forward to seeing him play with those guys.
Mentioned a couple guys that haven't gotten as much notoriety, but they've got a chance to make a huge impact, not only for your program, but on the Metro League race for the championship. Caz Collins is one that has stood out in your eyes, his ability to shoot the ball from deep, but you feel he's progressing as a player and a decision maker as well.
Absolutely. Caz is a very quiet kid. He doesn't say much, but he shows it in his game. There's been games where he just puts up numbers, and it doesn't even seem like he scored that many points. To score 30 points in a Metro game on any team, any given night is quite an accomplishment.
And the other wing that I think is going to turn some heads this year in the Metro is Latrell Jones. He's a player that has been described as willing to do anything that it takes to not only earn minutes but get the victory. Is that how you would describe his game?
He's probably, without a doubt, I should say, he's our best on-the-ball defender. At 6'4", he has a D1 body, D1 athleticism. I think he can stop any player in Metro, and we're just excited to see him get a little bit better offensively, and I think that'll happen this year. But by far, he's going to have a great year.
I touched on the fact that the Metro League might be one of the best leagues in the country. If you look at the Metro as a whole, you've got O'Dea as returning state champs. You've got Garfield that's got talent. Rainier Beach always has talent. You guys have a chance to compete for a Metro title and maybe challenge for a state title. For that to happen, you do have to navigate the schedule of the Metro League. Give us a quick overview of what you see from the league this year and how Ingram can be successful to reach all their goals.
So what happens in Metro is we play a ton of games. Then we have a Metro playoff. Then we have a district playoff. So we beat up on each other quite a bit. And as you said, it's a tough league. We see ourselves, our goal is to win a state championship this year. Last year, we went to state for the first time in 44 years of the school's history. The governor, Jay Inslee, was on that team, who gave us a call pregame. So this year, that's our goal, is to win a state championship. We played Rainier Beach in the district championship last year. I think we lost by 5 or 6. I think we're right there with everybody else in the crowd.
It's going to be an interesting season, not only across the entire state, but in particular on the Metro League, because there is going to be some battles this upcoming season. For Coach Malcolm Mack of Ingram, I'm Dan Dickow of Scorebook Live Washington.
Go Rams.